Welcome back to Conservation Kids. Today, we're at Rattlesnake Point Conservation Area. Let's find out what our next question is going to be.
Hi, my name is Sophia, and I want to know why leaves change color.
We're here at Rattlesnake Point Conservation Area to find out why leaves change color. And look, around me I can already see yellow and red and orange leaves. Professor Turkey Vulture, you spend a lot of time soaring high above the trees. Can you help us answer this question? Professor Turkey Vulture seems a little busy right now. Let's go see if we can find some kids to help us answer this question.
Because someone keeps on painting them every single time until they get the color they want.
Because they get bored of having the same color, so they want to switch so that they aren't bored anymore. Because fall comes and it's cold and it will be winter, well, the leaves will go off around and not come back.
Wow, those were some interesting ideas. Now, let's go find our expert. I know Sandra, friend of the forest, would know a lot about this one.
Thank you for the question. Hi, I'm Sandra, friend of the forest. The green color we find in tree leaves comes from a pigment called chlorophyll. It's found in tiny natural engines in the leaves that make food for the tree. Chlorophyll is important in converting sunlight, water, and a gas we find in the air called carbon dioxide into sugars that the trees use for food. This process also produces oxygen that we can breathe. So let's talk about colors now. In nature, a pigment is a substance that makes plants or animals colorful. For example, pumpkins and carrots contain pigments that make them look orange. Professor Turkey Vulture has pigments that make his head and neck look red. So tree leaves are very interesting. They actually contain several kinds of pigments at the same time. Chlorophyll is the best at absorbing sunlight, so it's the most important in sunny, warm weather. Chlorophyll is what gives leaves their green color. In the fall, the time for growing is coming to an end, and the trees stop making new chlorophyll. The old chlorophyll is broken down and reabsorbed into the tree, where it's stored and used next spring. So when the chlorophyll goes away, it's time for those other pigments to show up. So in a way, those colors were there all along.
Wow, learning about how leaves change color was very interesting and somewhat magical. You may have already heard about chlorophyll, which is what makes leaves green, what gives the tree its food, and what gives us the oxygen that we need to breathe. But it was interesting to hear that there were actually multiple pigments in the leaves there that entire time, and that the cold temperatures and the shorter daylight time cut off the chlorophyll so that these other pigments can show through. Thank you to Sandra, friend of the forest, for helping us unearth this answer. And thanks, of course, to Professor Turkey Vulture. And now it's time for a Conservation Kids tip. And kids, you're gonna love this tip. This tip is all about not tidying up. Not tidying up leaves, that is. You see, leaves are good mulch for gardens. They're also providing an overwintering home to many beneficial insects. So, leave an inch or two of leaves on the garden. Plants will benefit from this microclimate. It's warmer and not quite as dry. Your leftover leaves can also be composted and added to the garden in the summer. Make sure to pass along this tip to any grown-ups.